We got 5 minutes. How about back there? We'll try to be quick. Right near the back. I was told not to go late. Otherwise everyone would start leaving. You?
Hi.
Good evening.
My question is this man who's standing up before us, is he enlightened?
Where would he be?
And
standing? The one beside you?
This man talking right
now. Oh, here?
Yeah, that's
Yes. Yeah. No, there's no enlightened man here or anywhere else in all the universe.
And if that were so, that this enlightened man were sitting here talking to us and had transcended this egoic state of consciousness that we were talking about, is his life different, fundamentally different than most of the people that are going to die dreaming?
Oh, I'm afraid you'd probably be extraordinarily bored and disappointed with my life. Actually, it's quite, I mean, when you get up in front of a crowd, it can look somewhat whatever, for some people somewhat impressive, but I can guarantee you when I'm not doing this, I look extraordinarily unimpressive. And I'm saying that in all honesty. In fact, it's my experience that part of as realization matures, there was a time when it was all very extraordinary to me. Very, very extraordinary, very energetic. I won't go into it all, but and then over time, as the years went by, it took on sort of an extraordinary ordinariness. When one sees the unity of all things, at first, because it's new, it's kind of mind-blowing. But if you're living in it day to day, after 10 years or so, it's like, okay already. You don't wake up being like, oh my God, I can't, it's all one. It kind of becomes normalized. You know what I mean? I don't mean that it's not extraordinary, but I mean there's a normalization of it. So, and I really meant, the closest I can really put it is, enlightenment is what is enlightened. The person, see, the person, the me, the thing that was searching for enlightenment isn't what woke up. That's what it woke up out of. It woke up out of the person. So I can't, that's why when someone says, are you an enlightened guy? It's sort of like, it's one of those questions that feels like I don't know how to respond to it because it doesn't apply. Do you see what I mean? It seems to me like if I can put it in any words that make any sense, it's almost like, yes, but everything, everywhere is enlightened already. Why is it that everything, everywhere, not everything, fortunately, but it's pretending not to be? Everything, everyone, everywhere is it. It's all one happening. And do you see what I mean? That's why I love this one thing that a spiritual teacher in India said. He said if you have the choice between enlightenment and $1 million, take the $1 million. At least you end up with something. In my language, of which you won't be surprised given how the talking has come out this evening. Finally, I lost. Finally, I played the game all out, and I lost completely. Finally. I thought it was about winning the game somehow. The game of enlightenment, the game of whatever. And I realized it wasn't. It was about finally, completely, absolutely failing. That's what it's about. At least that was my experience. Finally, I thought I needed to succeed, and I didn't. I needed to fail, but just completely. It's just ironic that what comes out of that failure is what always was the case. As the Buddha himself said when someone asked him, "What did you gain?" And I'm not comparing myself, because comparing myself doesn't even make sense in my world. But nonetheless, one of my favorite sayings of the Buddha is when he was asked, "What did you gain from this supreme enlightenment?" And he said, "I gained absolutely nothing from supreme enlightenment." And that's what I mean by failing. I gained absolutely nothing. If you were it all along, what can you possibly gain?
If you're totally lost, are you totally lost?
Yeah.
Are you lost and unaware?
I'm not sure I understand the question. The answer is probably. I mean, to be quite honest.
Are you lost to live
No.
amongst
No. 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 Not at all. No. No, living is a delight. It's just that I don't know anything. I mean that I don't mean that to sound sort of guru-esque or impressive or however it may sound. I mean it to be, in essence, like, here we are tonight, right? I have no idea why I'm here. I really actually have no idea why I'm here. Nor do I have any idea wherever I am. I have no idea why I'm there. I find out once I get there. You see what I mean? But before that, I don't think anybody needs to hear what I have to say, because everybody's already complete. I don't think there's a deficiency that I have to correct. None of that stuff. So what it leaves you with is actually not knowing why. And the interesting thing is, at least to me, is that life moves the way it moves anyway. It never needed to know that. It discovers that along the way. But as soon as you have a sense of this is it, let me just close with this, because I don't want to talk abstractly. The feeling, the experience is more like talking to you. Now, this isn't happening in my mind. I'm not thinking these thoughts, but the feeling is when I'm talking to somebody, or the people I'm talking to right now, I'm talking to you. The feeling it is, if we wanted to go back to any kind of meaning, the feeling it is the reason that I was born was to talk to you. And then when I walk out of here, the reason that I was born was to walk out on this floor, walking out this door into this night, into the car. The reason I was born was to drive home back to where I live. So, again, not that I'm saying this stuff in my mind, but as a sense, as something that's lived, that's what it feels like. Right? That's what it feels like. And beyond that, there's no future meaning or future purpose, because it's all in the moment. And that's the only one there ever is. So I often say to people, at least in my experience, that there can be different, but in my experience, we think that and I'm not even saying I'm enlightened or not enlightened, because that whole thing doesn't make sense to me either, but we think the enlightened being knows everything, and the unenlightened being doesn't, when actually it's the opposite. The unenlightened being thinks they know everything, and the enlightened being knows they don't know anything. And I think that's why the Buddha said, I didn't gain anything from this whole project. I lost suffering, I lost division, I lost all sorts of things that aren't particularly interesting to have. But anyway, you get the idea. Yeah. And at the end of the day, like I said, if we hung out together, before we know it, who knows what would happen? I'd have you over to my house, we'd play poker, and I don't know, maybe I'd take money from you, you'd take it from me, who knows what would happen. Yeah, we both lose. Yeah, who knows? I'm much more ordinary than I think most people would imagine day to day. But I'm thrilled to be here. And nice to share this time with you. Really, it's really nice to share this time with you. And for those of you who may be inclined, please believe nothing whatsoever that I say. And I mean that with all truthfulness. I really say, please don't believe anything. Everything is open to question, to investigation. Find out things for yourself, in yourself, because everybody has that capacity. And I don't think anybody should believe anything that they haven't proved true for themselves. That's why, if anything, I want to leave you with the questions, with the curiosity, not the conclusion, not the comparison, just the question. Thank you so much. Nice to be with you. Yeah.